Welcome at Overturning Tables with me, Metanya, where the truth will set you free. What will happen on October 9th, 2024 in the heavenlies, in the sky, as a sign for us? Do you know that there will be 12 planets exactly in line as we see in Revelations 12, and it will be a sign for us that will be here for now and will never ever occur again. We track the feast days because they are Yahweh's appointed times, and knowing His appointed times help us synchronizing our healthy lives with the heavenly circles. So our feast days on earth are a shadow of the heavenly cycles. So when it comes to looking for the rapture, we must know the proper calendar or we will be out of sync. I do not believe it is a salvation issue, but those who love Him will seek to understand His times, just like a woman who loves her husband will seek to understand the things important to him. So the signs in the stars coming October 9th, 2024 is the sign of the four horsemen, and it is straight out of the book of Revelations. It involves the sun, the moon, and every planet you can see with your eyes. Even Jupiter moves backward approximately 10 degrees in the sky after standing still on October the 9th. This is yet another unlikely element or alignment with Scripture that implies we could be raptured on October the 9th. You would think that Judgment Day would come with some incredible signs in the sun and the moon and the star, but I decided to take a look, and what I found blew my mind. So let's listen to a short explanation of David Lamere about his finding of the heavenly sign that will occur on October the 9th this year.
I do want to share this amazing sign in the sky. On October 9th, the Atzeret, the last day of Tabernacles, 12 every visible planet, sun, moon, and stars are aligned in precisely the right way as described in the book of Revelation. So I'm going to cut to a summary video I have on that, and I'll see you later. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. Without speech or language, without sound to be heard. Psalm 19. On October 9th, 2024, this year, the last great day of Tabernacles, the sky is a picture of Revelation. I will go over this sign very quickly and only allude to the dozens of scripture verses using keywords. At the end of this video, you'll find a link to a far more in-depth video that covers this sign. Let's start with a door was opened in heaven, the golden gateway of the ecliptic, with one like a sardine stone, which is Jupiter, standing at the door and knocking. For a half hour of silence before moving backward west 10 degrees in the sky, through the east gate, and exiting eastward by the same. There are probably a dozen different scripture verses, all talking about return of the Messiah, that I referenced in there, all exhibited in the behavior of Jupiter on this day. Next, we have Uranus, which means heaven in Greek, or the stars or sky. And it is with the seven sisters, known as Pleiades, which are the seven stars or the seven spirits or the seven churches. and the 7 lampstands. And they are standing in the midst of Taurus with the Son of Man, because we're told that he was standing in the midst of the 7 lampstands. Then we have Neptune, and he is one of the fishes of Pisces, escaping on eagle's wings of Pegasus. Next is Saturn, whose Arabic name adds to 666 and represents Babylon, who was thrown like a giant millstone into a sea of water poured into the air from a bowl of wrath. The wrath comes from the 4 horsemen, starting with the white horse, with a bow signified by the white moon, shaped like a bow at the angle of a bow. And it's the same angle as Sagittarius, and to whom was given a crown. The next horse is the black horse, and above him, Venus holding a pair of balances. Venus is the morning star, a light shining in a dark horse or a dark place. The next 2 horsemen are represented by the Gemini twins, riding on a unicorn. Mars, the red horse and red planet, to whom was given a great sword, like the unicorn's horn, starts a path to a constellation known as Cancer, whose Hebrew meaning is connected to a great sword, and returns to the green horse, Apollyon, after 5 months. 5 months is how long the scorpions torment us. And after the 4 horsemen, we have a bride clothed with the sun in her hand as a bridegroom comes out of his chamber at sunrise at 6:40 a.m. in Jerusalem. 6 is the number of man, 40 is the number of judgment, which is 6 hours and 6.66 hours after midnight. And if that were not enough, we have Draco, the great red dragon, whose tail spans a third of the sky, stands in front of the woman with a crown of 7 stars on his head. And on this particular night, there is a meteor shower coming from the head of Draco, and it throws the stars to Earth. And scientists also expect a recurrent nova to occur in the dragon's crown around this time. The odds of all this occurring on the last great day, the last trump, the 8th day of Tabernacles, in the very year 5 other independent prophecies point are astronomical, over 1 in a trillion.
Definitely an amazing sign in the heavenlies for us to see in our generation and our lifetime something that occurs that never been in the skies before, that we will observe. And to wrap this up, except this sign that we are going to see in the skies in October, the path that the time lapse that we are living in for the humankind is 6,000 years that Yahweh gave Noah just after the flood. It's 120 jubilees of 50 years. That gives us 6,000 years. So if that 6,000 years are finished in 2031, that tells me that the 7-year tribulation period must be before the end of the 2031 and the 6,000 years that Yahweh gave us, because this in the 7th 1,000 years, that is 1,000 year of the millennium, we go into the rest. So that everything must be finished. So this is definitely a very extraordinary sign in the skies that we as watchmen must observe and take note of, to see what Yahweh wants us to show in the heavenlies that confirm John's writing in Revelation. Alright, to read more about the signs in the heaven, please visit my blog at www.mataniasministry.co.za, or I will give the link just below this post. Thank you for the time to listen to this post. And please subscribe and share, and we'll talk soon again. Shalom, Matanya.